What is up, Ada Nation? Welcome to Dapp Central, your home for everything blockchain and crypto. My name is Fareed. As a part of today's video, we're going to be diving deep into the Metera protocol, which is bringing forth decentralized ways of investing into multiple Cardano native assets. Now, as a part of this video, I'm going to be sitting down with the co-founder of Metera. That's going to be Daniel Sampson. Without any further ado, let's bring Daniel up. We're going to be diving into their ISPO as well as a potential launch for their testnet, and then just chatting a little bit about their 2024 vision. Good morning, Daniel. Welcome back on. I think this is the third time I've had you on. How are you doing?
Yes, hi Farid, good morning. Doing pretty good. Glad to be back in the YouTube channel. Pretty excited for 2024 and with exciting news about the ISPO and the testnet.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you on here. Happy New Year's. And as we just get ready to just kind of kick things off, again, I've had you here multiple times, but for anybody who's just hearing about Metera, can you give us the elevator pitch as to what Metera is and what they're bringing to Cardano?
Yes, of course. We are building a platform to create indexes in the Cardano ecosystem. There's a couple of different projects trying to achieve the same. I guess with the latest new of the Bitcoin ETF, we're trying to bring ETFs into the Cardano ecosystem with Cardano tokens. Basically, our platform is a permissionless way to invest in indexes and strategies from portfolio managers, and also for you as a user to create your own portfolios and show them in our marketplace.
Thank you for that. And for anybody who's just interested in finding out more, generally speaking, about Metera, again, please make sure to go ahead and check out those prior videos. I'll go ahead and leave them linked down below as a part of the video description. Let's go ahead and jump into the first main topic for this interview, which is going to be the ISPO. The ISPO kicked off on Epoch 451 with, I believe, about 15 or so different partner pools. Thank you guys for choosing the Dapp Central Stake Pool as one of those partner pools. It's been a really amazing experience to be a part of the journey here. Can you give us an update as to how the ISPO is going and what the remaining epochs kind of look like moving forward with respect to the distribution, et cetera, of the Metera governance token?
Of course, the ISPO has been doing really great. We're sitting at 30 million ADA staked in the main pool with more than 800 delegators. Overall, with the 15 partner pools, I think we are sitting at 174 million ADA, and we are currently tallying up Metera rewards for more than 17,000 wallets for our launch. So it's been pretty successful. We've had some amazing stories, like the Happy Staking Pool, which I guess started the ISPO with 7 or 8 million ADA staked, more or less, and he is now sitting in more than 40 million. So it's great to see the amount of traffic that we've been able to provide and the exposure that we've been able to provide with the ISPO. I think we are around the 25% mark of the ISPO being done. We have created a fully well done calculator in our website for all of the users to see their rewards, either if you're participating in a partner pool or in our main pool. And we also have a summary section which tallies all of the metadata that we've distributed. We haven't distributed, but we have assigned to stake keys that are participating in the ISPO, so you can track all of the metadata that is going to be out circulating. The next steps after the ISPO is done would be our liquidity event, which we are pretty excited about to give more news.
Yeah, it's really interesting what you mentioned there with the happy pool. And I think that's just the power of the ISPO model here that's available on Cardano. Again, to be able to, number one, distribute your token in a fair and simple fashion. And then number two, also help out other SPOs or stake pool operators in the process with respect to decentralization and just growing their own community as well. So I'm sure that Happy Pool is very thankful for being a partner pool, just like I am. And again, I wanted to just kind of extend that gratitude and show you that here while I've got your attention. Now, you mentioned a couple of really interesting things that I want to go ahead and quickly highlight, which include the ISPO calculator. So, for anybody who isn't aware, Metera on their official website does have their calculator available right now. If you're participating in the ISPO and you have your stake key, which you can actually grab utilizing something, for example, like Pool PM, you can quickly plug that in here and figure out exactly how much Metera or how much of their governance token you'll earn following the ISPO. Now, to the right of that, they've also got a reward simulator, which, if you just kind of want to quickly get an idea as to how much you'll be able to earn, right, you can quickly type in how much you're delegating and then for how long in order to see those results. Now, with respect to the ISPO, Daniel, can you talk a little bit about, just the distribution of the tokens and how you guys plan on doing that? I've received a couple of comments surrounding that myself.
Yes, when it comes to the distribution of the token, we've been talking with a couple of people in the space so we can have our own platform to distribute, right? Our own claiming platform. Um, we've been working pretty closely with Tech Media, the Santo, which is also a partner pool of the Metera ISPO, has been really amazing to work with. And I guess we are testing out the claiming platform that we're going to be using for the Metera token. And the like we've mentioned, and we have a lot of documents and explanations about the ISPO. The tokens will go out after our liquidity event, which most likely will happen after the ISPO is done. I've said publicly a couple of times that we understand that there's a bull run maybe coming sooner than we expected before the ISPO is done, and we want to be ready if we need to close the ISPO earlier, reward pro rata to the delegators, and go out with the liquidity event. So yeah, people will be able to go into our website and just connect their wallets, check how many rewards they've generated either with the NFTs or with the ISPO participation, and just claim directly from there, following a 6-month vesting schedule. So that's one of the other things that we are working on the background on how we can properly distribute the Metera token. Um, Out of the 90 million tokens that we've allocated towards the ISPO, we expect, because we decided on having an ISPO with a final date, right? Just a period of the ISPO running. We know that we're not distributing the full 90 millions. For that, we would have needed like a full pool running for the 42 epochs that the ISPO lasts. What we've decided to do is whatever is not distributed through the ISPO will go towards the liquidity event, which is just not a fundraising mechanism for us, just a way to bring protocol own liquidity with the token. So I hope that gives more clarity. We have gotten a lot of questions as well. We try to respond to as many people as we can, but this is a great way to pass on the message.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Again, it's always best to hear these things, from the team themselves. And it's really reassuring as well that you guys are able to put some of those tokens into liquidity in order to make it easier for people to swap in and out of Metera. And as you mentioned, it sounds like there's going to be a quick and easy way to connect our wallets and claim our Metera if you hold one of the three NFTs. I believe there's the Metera Black, there's the Metera Blue, and most recently there was the Metera White released as well. So if you guys are interested in picking up additional Metera outside of joining the ISPO, whether it's through the official Metera pool or one of the 15 partner pools, you can head over to JPEG in order to pick up one of those Metera NFTs. So now that we've kind of gotten all the updates here surrounding the ISPO, let's shift topics and just talk a little bit more about the testnet. A lot of people are joining the ISPO, right, in preparation of the testnet. Can you give us some sort of a progress update as to how things are coming along for the testnet and when we can potentially expect to finally get our hands on a public testnet for testing before the mainnet launch?
Yes. So I've mentioned before, and the people in our community know that we were developing our smart contracts with Bluetooth, and we have shifted towards a simpler design and simpler development with Aiken, working alongside TX Pipe. We are in a really good state when it comes to the public testnet. We are expecting to have a trivial on-chain validator of our smart contracts working in around a week and a half. We with the new influx of money that we've gotten from the ISPO, we have just hired a new team of UX UI designers to also start working, and we've hired an inner development house team, full stack developers to develop the front end and all of the platform. So I really expect for us to have a public testnet by the end of February. So in a month, maybe a little bit more. This version of our public testnet has been built in such a way that we could almost immediately bring it to mainnet. The only thing that would be missing would be an audit that we are currently speaking with Anastasia Labs, and most likely we will be having that audit with Anastasia Labs. And once that's done, we plan on launching on mainnet. It's kind of tricky. We have an outdated roadmap in our website. We are coming out with a new roadmap soon. It's kind of tricky for us to align timelines because the audits can take more than expected, and also an important part of our platform relies on the token being out. Just to give a little more insight, all of the indexes in the platform will hold a small percentage of Metera within them. So we need the token out in order to launch the fully working indexes. So thankfully enough, the ISPO was successful. So we are bringing fresh team and a more capable team into the inner working team of Metera, and we're trying to speed this as much as we can. Always putting first security and making sure that things are done right.
Yeah, that's a really, I think, key point here with any protocol, not just Metera, to make sure not to prioritize speed over the quality of the actual product that they're putting out. Because again, these are protocols that'll be handling millions of dollars, right? Now, you did touch on a couple of things there, and I want to just jump into them. And, of course, I understand some things are in the works, but feel free to share what it is that you can. So, with respect to Anastasia Labs, I've actually spoken with Phil. I think that's a really, really great choice. He and the team have a lot of experience. I've spoken with Laden as well, who's a part of their team. So, I think that'll really pay dividends. Again, very reputable auditor here on Cardano. There's obviously other platforms as well. Sunday Swap, I think, has been doing a lot more audits as of late, at least that I've seen. But when we're focusing more or less on the actual token generation event, right? There's been multiple platforms where people have been able to do that. Are you able to share any sort of news surrounding how Matera is going to be planning on doing their token launch?
Yes, we have been talking to a couple of different projects in the ecosystem. I can name a few. We've been talking to Coinecta, we've been talking to Ring Riders, we've also been talking, uh, hopefully, with MinSwap to see if there's something that can be done with them. But basically, we are trying to have a launch of the token similar to what Fluid Token just did in the past couple of days. We just want to put a load of Metera into the liquidity event and just raise ADA and start creating the ADA raised. Like I mentioned earlier, this is not a fundraising mechanism. We've gone through a couple of fundraising rounds in the past. At first, we raised capital with the company with private equity. We've been super open about that. That was the money that helped us jumpstart the whole project. Then we did an NFT sale, which is a Metera Black, Metera Blues, and Metera Whites, and now we're doing the ISPO. After that, the business model will solely rely on the fees that we can collect through the platform and the business model generated by the platform. And yeah, we are trying to accommodate the liquidity event as best as we can. We are engaging with the community and are always open to suggestions. Yesterday we were having some conversations on Discord on which platform we should go for. I guess people are pretty decided. They have pretty strong convictions about one platform or another one, but at the end, I'm sure we'll make the best decision for our community and the token.
Yeah, I trust you guys on that aspect, and that's actually a good thing, I think, in my opinion. Right, the more options, the better. Giving the projects the ability to kind of go where they've seen results already. Now, that actually kind of brings up another point, right? With the potential extra Metera tokens, floating around from the ISPO that may not get distributed, could we potentially see something such as an incentivized testnet where a portion of those tokens are actually given back to the community for their testing and for their work in terms of finding issues and bugs? I know that we've seen bug bounty programs coming out, and again, I think that would tie sort of back directly into the smart contract audit portion of the upcoming testnet and just the upcoming protocol.
Yes, that's definitely something that we've been thinking about, not only with Metera. We've also, I don't know if you know a project called Testnet Coins, funny enough, also with the founders of TechMedio. So we're definitely planning on doing an incentivized testnet. This would run along with our audit being done to take us into mainnet, and yeah, trying to get into a safe a safe launch on mainnet. And we're already thinking on new features that we want to add after we go into mainnet. Our platform, if I say, one of the trickiest parts about the platform is that we don't allow active trading as a portfolio manager, right? You as a portfolio manager cannot sell and buy tokens, because that poses a security risk if we give access to the actual assets to the portfolio manager. So we've been designing for a while now and are ready to execute on a V2 of the platform after mainnet, that will allow some active trading to make our instruments a little bit more complex and more efficient when it comes to rebalancing. To incentivize, one of the biggest parts of our platform right now is, if we don't have active trading, how do we incentivize people to keep portfolios rebalanced, right, through mint and burn orders? So that is being mapped out as we speak, and most likely will happen with Metera tokens as rewards. So people will keep the portfolios balanced. So we can properly follow the portfolio manager strategy that he has proposed through an index.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing to think about there as well, right? Making sure to be regulatory compliant while still giving people that are utilizing the platform enough incentive to actually do what it is that they're supposed to be doing. And so it
Yes.
sounds like you guys are thinking about that. And as I mentioned earlier, it just seems like there's quite a bit going on, but I wanted to really, again, bring you on to chat about the ISPO and then just get somewhat of a general update surrounding the testnet and what you guys have been doing. And so as we do get ready to kind of close things down, is there anything that you want to share here with the community that you haven't gotten the chance to share with them yet, surrounding the ISPO, the testnet, or just anything, generally speaking, when it comes to Metera?
Well, I invite everyone to participate in the ISPO, also with the NFTs. More than 76% of Metera Blues and Metera Whites have been staked through Wi-Fi and are participating in the ISPO, which is a mechanism that we've also talked about in this channel in previous interviews, how we're using Wi-Fi. And the last thing I would love to add is the amazing work that the team has been doing. I guess I'm the one that comes into the interviews, but there's a big team behind Metera. My co-founder Santiago, our head of operations Carlos, and the whole development team has been doing an amazing job. Most of them been working on the project for almost 2 years without getting paid, so it's out of passion. And yeah, we are happy to have built a community and a successful ISPO, and we understand that it's our turn to deliver to the community right now, and we plan on doing so on 2024.
Yeah, the community's definitely shown their backing of Metera, with I think you said over 100 million ADA delegated. Between all the pools,
170 million, yeah, it's crazy.
that's a huge amount, So again, I
Yes.
think that the community has spoken. They're excited. They're ready for Matera, and just wanted to bring you on here to kind of spread the message and give us that update. So for anybody here watching at home, if you guys want to find out more about Matera, again, number one, make sure to go ahead and check out those 2 prior interviews with Daniel here on the channel. But then number two, make sure to go ahead and check out all of the official links to the platform as well as their communities, which I'll be leaving linked down below. If you guys found today's video to be helpful, I would appreciate you if you could smash that thumbs up. If it's your first time stopping by Dapp Central and you want more content like this focusing on all the builders here on Cardano, consider subscribing. And last but not least, if you have any questions for myself or Daniel surrounding Metera, then make sure to go ahead and leave them down below. That said, and as always, we'll see you guys in the next video.